Hi, my name is Joseph Paul Cohen. I'm going to be talking today about the UMB LaTeX homework template. Um, and today I'm specifically going to focus on generating your first PDF file using LaTeX, right? Doing some basic math, so you're able to do something, right? So you're able to start writing documents in LaTeX in a very easy fashion. It's a fashion that I've found out to be the easiest way to build LaTeX, which is using TeXlipse inside Eclipse. So TeXlipse is an Eclipse plugin. All right, so I want to get you going with that today. First thing you got to do is get LaTeX running on your machine. So some machines may already have it, um, but you might have to install it. So if you have to install it, there's like a major distribution for each platform. Right, so MacTeX is the LaTeX distribution for Macs, and then there's TeXLive, which is the um, LaTeX distribution for Linux. And in the code base is, it also says TeXLive, but it's actually called TeXLive on Linux. So to install it on a Mac, you just download this PKG file or download the torrent of it and then run it. Just press OK, 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 next, and then when you finish, it should be all set. On Linux, you'll have to type apt-get install TeXlive-full. That's actually all you have to install. You just type the command and enter. It'll run for an hour or so and download all the packages from everywhere it needs to. And then when it finishes, you should be done. All right. So to verify that it's worked, open up a command prompt, right, and just type in PDF LaTeX, right, and it's going to give you a PDF LaTeX prompt. If you get this prompt, PDF is on your machine. PDF LaTeX is on your machine. It's working. So we can just exit out of that with Control D. Otherwise, Control C will just keep you in there. All right. So now that we know we have LaTeX installed in this machine, let's get Eclipse set up and running on this machine. So if we go back to the web, you can just Google Eclipse. You can also work with just the Eclipse you have already installed. But for those who don't already have Eclipse installed, download Eclipse. So you can do the classic version or the IDE for developers, right? Java EE developers, right? Whatever bit version, it shouldn't matter. It's compatible with everything. So once you download that, I've already downloaded it and I saved it on a folder here. I'm just going to open that up. So you'll just extract the archive. Wherever you put that folder that you've extracted, that's where Eclipse is going to sit, right? It's going to open up. It's going to ask you for a workspace location. I'm just going to set up a temporary location just so my projects aren't getting in the way of this tutorial. So we can go ahead and close this window here. All right, once this loads up, okay. Once this loads up, we're going to go and install TeXlipse in here. So I'm going to go to Help and then Install New Software. I'm going to press the drop-down list here, right? This is going to list all the drop-down, all the install sites, right? Or the software package sites that are installed in this Eclipse instance, right? So I'm going to click Add here, right? And then we need a URL to type in. So if we go back to the website, and on the bottom of this page, right, on the Google Code page, there's a thing that says TeXlipse plugin for Eclipse, right? It's going to lead you to this web page, right? If you press download, it'll bring you to the page we're on right now. And just copy and paste this link, right? So this is the update site. Switch back to Eclipse, all right? Eclipse here. Paste the URL here. Press OK. If you wait a second, it'll populate these things. All right. Expand this one. Click TeXlipse and next. All right, we're going to click next, agree to these terms, and finish. Now that's going to run for a second. It's going to download the packages and install them. In a second, it's going to prompt us for a unsigned code warning. That's fine. Just hit OK. All right. When this finishes, we're going to restart. We're going to open up a project. We're going to make a new project to play with our first PDF file with our first LaTeX project to generate a PDF file. Press OK here. Alright, so once Eclipse is loaded back up, right, you can click New, right, click a little arrow next to the new project, Other, right, and then if we type LaTeX here, right, we're going to get two entries, right, LaTeX project and new LaTeX file. Let's create a project here. Alright, so we'll do two awesome demo, because there's already one called awesome demo in there that I left from earlier. Alright, we're also going to select PDF here. So it might be selected the DVI at first, select PDF, and then over here there's a bunch of options, just select PDF LaTeX, right? And before we get going, let's make sure the build tools are set up. So this link is going to bring us to the build tools configuration. Now, what might be the case on your system, if it doesn't automatically configure itself, is that all these are blank, right? They all look like this down here, right? To fix that, you need to find out where your LaTeX libraries are installed, because the TeXlipse plugin is just going to call to the built-in LaTeX libraries or executables to build the PDFs from your .tex files. Okay, so to figure out where your bin files are, right, you can open up a command prompt here, right, and we have PDF LaTeX, as I verified before, right, so the question is, where is that file, right? So if you do which, right, PDF LaTeX, right, it's going to tell us where this exact file is located, right, and it's found in user tech bin, right? So we just grab this path here, user tech bin. I'm just going to copy it, right, and then put it down in this window, in this box where it says bin directory for tech distribution, right, and press apply, right, and then if these weren't already mapped, they will map now, and they'll all they'll have the right path here, right? The important ones are PDF LaTeX here, and then if you're going to be writing research papers to publish in conferences or journals, you want to have BibTeX for sure set up here, right? Most machines it's not a problem. You'll have more than plenty implementations of the PDF programs here, but just to make sure that there might be issues if depending on how obscure the operating system that you're using is. Okay, so just press OK there. PDF LaTeX, next, right? Now, I like to rename these, so because the PDF that gets generated is going to have .pdf here, right? So let's say, class 1, whatever the class name is, right? Or CS 999, right? Tab homework 1, right? And then I like to keep these synced up here, right? So we make them both the same. And then finish, right? What it's going to do, so I don't usually like the perspective. It's going to like change the way the whole thing is set up. I'm just going to press no. Okay, so we have two awesome demo. That's the one that's like there. We see this file right here. We click it. It just pulls up this one here. The PDF file has already been generated from this stub, right? So what TeXlipse is going to do is every time you type something in here, it's going to generate a new PDF. It's going to keep them in sync, right? So if we just move this to the side here, open up this PDF file, we get a PDF file generated from this code. So this is you've now, if you've gotten to this point on your machine, you're actually turning LaTeX into a PDF file. So what can we do with this? The way I'd get started is delete all the subjects and stuff, right? You're not writing a paper yet, right? And you can just change title here to, Q1, right? So this is question 1, and just save that. Control S or Apple S or whatever keyboard shortcut you have. Once you've saved that, the progress bar is going to go away. If you click back over here, it's going to say 1 as the section heading and then Q1 as the title here. So to get rid of that pesky little 1, because that 1 is going to count all the sections, a big piece of LaTeX is it automatically numbers everything, right? So let's say we want question 1, question 2, and question 3, right? If we do that, it's gonna try to number them that way, but it's better to explicitly number them, because what if they give you problems out of a book, right? And they say like, oh, problem 7, and then do problem 12. It's not going to line up right. It's not going to be pretty. So if you put a star, so you do section star, it's going to stop the automatic numbering, right? And then when we go back here, it just gives us those section headers, right? So we can start to answer some questions, right? We could say like, this is this is an answer, right? Cool. And we'll see that it fills it in over here. This is an answer. If you can't see, you can zoom in here. You can add another exclamation point, finish building, and it'll just add one more. We don't need to rezoom, right? It's going to keep our zoom level, right? Now we can also do some more powerful stuff. So the reason you're looking at this video, the reason you're doing this is so you can write math much easier, right? So let's start just a little tutorial on how to do basic LaTeX, right? So I'm just going to do a little like 2 to the n, right? Interesting thing to write, bad complexity level when you see that in a algorithm. So if I do 2 to the n, so what I've done here is I've entered math mode, right? So I put these $signs, and it actually changed the font. It's a nice color coding here, where I said everything inside here is strictly going to be math, right? Which makes it so it groups it together, and it's going to make it look as pretty as possible. It's going to use a different font, right? So let me save that here. It's going to build it, and now we have 2 to the n, right? That they came up, and it looks very, very nice. So I could say ants, whatever is that, and the ants is in non-math mode. Looks right. Cool. All right. So now let's do something cool. So I like, fractions are the really nice thing in LaTeX, because you can fit fractions in nice small areas. So the word for that is frac. A lot of these words you're gonna have to learn. There's an autocomplete mechanism that's gonna help you out with a lot of these things. Or if you ask people who already know LaTeX, they'll be able to tell you all this stuff. So frac, let's do 2 to the n, right, over 2. Okay, so 2 to the n over 2, we'll save that. It's going to show us that right here. Pretty cool, right? But what if we really want to showcase this formula, right? So we have the sheet. You can see the sheet's visualized all the way over here. But we want to make this bigger and center, right? So you can do a centered math mode, right? So you put $2 signs on either side of your equation, right? So when we save that, this is going to pop in the center, and it's going to be bigger, right? So it's much nicer. Let's wrap this in parentheses, and we'll see this pop up there, right? And let's do some sum, right? So let's do a sum. I'll just save that. The best part about this, I'm saving, and then we're incrementally looking at the progress, right? Okay, so the same way you do an exponent, you'd put the top portion of the sum. So let's say to n, right? We want to sum, well, we already have n there. So let's go to k, right? But we want to start, so let's finish here. Then I'll show the initializer of our summation, right? So this might look a little tricky. So if you put this in curly braces, and then you put an underscore, right? That's actually leading to the sum, right? It's not leading to the k, right? Because we put the curly braces there. So we put underscore. Let's put some more, just to make it cleaner. And let's do I, or n, is what we're doing. N equals 1, right? So it's going to go from n to k, right? So we've done that, and now we have this beautiful mathematical formula centered on the page. And then one of the best parts of LaTeX I can do next is I can take that and I can copy and paste it, and then change this to 3 if we want to, right? So now I duplicated mathematical formulas on a paper, and I didn't have to rewrite them, and that's great, right? And then when we zoom in, these are a very high resolution math, very easy